Hello and welcome to the I Can Do podcast with Benjamin Lee. We're here to talk about tips and strategies to have an I Can Do mindset when it comes to faith, family, fitness, and food. Let's go. Here's your host, Benjamin Lee.
Hello and welcome to another episode of I Can Do. This is Benjamin Lee. I hope you are staying strong and healthy, taking great care of yourself. You know, every day is an opportunity to get better. Every day is an opportunity to demonstrate your commitment to health, to fitness, to investing in your body. I want to talk a little bit about this and really a mindset that I think is important and necessary for all of us to have. The title of this podcast is called Stay Hungry and Stay Full. Stay hungry and stay full. Now, is that actually possible? The answer to that is yes, it is. I've actually been listening to a song today that my family introduced to me, which is a really great motivational song. If you want to know what it is, reach out to me. I will share it with you. But it talks about this idea about the hunger and this idea of staying hungry. When you think about athletes, whether they are NBA players or college players or the Olympics that come around every 4 years, whatever the case may be, these athletes, they stay hungry. They're thinking about the game. They're thinking about and enjoy the love of practice. When I think about Tom Brady, I think about the fact that even now, after 6 Super Bowls, and by the way, yes, he's the greatest football player ever. I said it. And even though he's not with the Patriots, I don't know if I'm a Patriots fan. I'm a Tom Brady fan, so now I'm moving away from the Patriots. But getting back to what I wanted to say, Tom Brady, he stays hungry. He has this relentless mindset. Now, this does not mean that he's on all the time, 24 hours a day, that he always has this energy and he's going and going and going and going. That's not what I'm talking about. Rather, the idea that even after being so successful, there is this desire to get after it, to want even more. And I got to tell you, that may be one of the hardest things to train, the mindset to stay hungry. Somebody said it, I can't remember who said it, I've shared it, but the idea that one of the greatest dangers to success is previous success. Maybe it was Kobe Bryant in a commercial. I can't remember exactly, but maybe it was Kobe Bryant that said it. It's so interesting, isn't it, how these NBA teams and these NFL teams, they do so well one year, and particularly in the NFL, you rarely see an NFL team going back-to-back winning Super Bowls. It's just so hard. Things change with the salary cap and with the schedule and things like that. But after you get to that mountaintop, now you have to really take some time to consider what's next. That's one of maybe the hardest things to do, which is why watching like The Last Dance, the documentary of the last season of the Bulls when they won their 6th NBA title, it was just fascinating to see the difficulties, the challenges that they had. You would think this should be a breeze, right? I mean, you've won 5 championship rings. You're at the top. You're at the pinnacle. You are the best of the best. Of course, go back out there, but there's something that goes on in our heads. There are these challenges. There are these stories. There are these things that get in the way, particularly when we have success. And so this is the idea of the importance of staying hungry, whether it's Tom Brady still practicing and getting out and throwing balls and wearing his helmet and taking care of his sleep and eating properly and things like that. While a lot of people may laugh at his brand and the kinds of way that the different ways that he works out, you have to admit there's something working. There's this locked in mentality that he has. Now, I'm not saying that we have to act and emulate everything that someone like Tom Brady does. But what I am saying is when you look at those who are the elite, the best, You see that they stay hungry, that they're not, that they want more. Yes, they've been successful, and yes, that feels really good, but there's more out there. There's another mountain to climb. There's another goal to hit or to become. There's another. I think that's a good mentality to have. Watching a documentary on the Miracle on Ice, the U.S. Olympic team, I think it was back in the early 80s, where in the movie the coach kept telling the players after they lost a game, he was making them do all these sprints on the ice, and he just kept saying one word, again. He just kept saying again, again, again. That's the idea of staying hungry. You have to just keep going after it. Stay hungry. What you are working towards at this very moment. Every day you have to make that decision. Every day I must make that decision about whether or not I'm going to continue to get after it and try to attain it. Stay hungry. And stay full. When I was being coached by Bill Phillips, he would often say that to our workout groups on Facebook. He would often say, make sure that you stay full. That's the idea of when it comes to food, making sure that you're eating enough food throughout the day where you're not finding yourself just in this hunger mode, which can sometimes lead us to eating so much more than what we really need to. So this idea of staying full is important when we think about food, but I want you to think about it in a different way. Stay hungry and stay full. What if we thought about this idea of staying full, where we think about our hearts being full of gratitude, our hearts being full of appreciation? Why do we complain so much when it comes to exercise? I don't want to get up and exercise. It's too early. Blah, blah, blah. But then when our health begins to fail, what do we want to do? When the gyms begin to close, what is it that we really desire? When we can't find the workout equipment that now we really want because we have so much time on our hands, I think it helps us to understand some things. Maybe we just haven't been as full as we need to be, full of appreciation, gratitude, that we have our health, that we have the strength and the energy to work and provide for our families, that we should take care of these bodies. Yes, exercise and fitness and having a six-pack and broad shoulders, that's not everything in life. Although, there's nothing wrong having a six-pack and broad shoulders, right? But it's not everything in life. But we can't go to the extreme where we just kind of refuse to take care of our bodies, or we tell ourselves after I retire, then I'll start taking care of my body. Or when I get more free time, listen, what we need more than ever in the COVID-19 CE coronavirus era, we need to take great care of our bodies. Think about all the provisions that we're making to preserve our health. Well, we need to be doing that on a daily basis, shouldn't we? Exercise. Sleep, eating healthy, getting outside and enjoying the weather. We need to stay full, hearts full of gratitude. One of the most simple things all of us can do, and I know it's on so many podcasts, and there's so many journals out there today. You could just, if you really want to, and I have a journal you could buy as well. But, if you really want to, you can just go to Walmart and buy a 3-ring binder for 99 cents. But you know what you can do with that 3-ring binder for 99 cents? You can rewire your brain. Let me tell you how. For 99 cents, you could do that. By just writing out things and people and events that you are grateful for. But Ben, I've done that before. Stop. You need to do it, and I need to do it every day. Because one of the biggest challenges for us is complaining. Complaining is just, it's everywhere. And worst of all, so often, I am guilty of it being too prevalent in my heart. So we can be full of complaining and full of bitterness and full of anger and full of jealousy and full of envy and all of these things. But what if we were full of gratitude and appreciation, thanking God for the blessings that he gives us, putting on those running shoes and saying, you know what, I'm pretty tired right now, but I'm thankful that I can bend down and put these running shoes on and go for a walk. I'm thankful I can get outside and go for a jog. I'm thankful that I can go in my garage and lift some weights, stay hungry, and also stay full. So I want to leave you actually with a couple of things. Number one, are how hungry have you really been? I'm not talking about Pizza Hut or Chick-fil-A or Domino's or donuts from Quick Trip. Listen, on a free day, donuts from Quick Trip, I'm just going to tell you, they're pretty amazing. I'm not talking about that, though. But are you still hungry about getting after it? Are you hungry about taking care of yourself and looking back? Maybe one of the things you do, I love photo albums. Go back and look at some of your old photos. If you have thousands of photos like I do on my iPhone, start developing them through Shutterfly and putting them together. Put a photo album of workout photos or selfies that maybe you've taken or vacations that you've taken and take some time to consider those things. I think that will help you to stay both hungry and full at the same time. Where you can stay hungry and say, wow, I climbed Pikes Peak, or I did a lot of hiking at Yosemite, or whatever the case may be. I want to continue to do that. But if you're going to do that, if I'm going to do that, we have to make a great investment in our bodies. We got to take the time to stay hungry and train our minds and focus our minds upon getting better every day. We got to stay full of appreciation, gratitude, thanksgiving, thanking God for what he's given to us. Listen, every day is a blessing. Every workout is a gift. That's how we should look at it. You know, when you hear people all the time complaining about it, and I have a poster in my garage of Muhammad Ali, how he said he hated to work out, but there was something bigger and better that he was going after. And I think this is the idea of staying hungry. He wanted to be a world champion. But when we find ourselves complaining all the time about working out, there is something wrong. You know how many people would love to be in our position at this very moment? Who would love to go run a 5K or a 10K or a half marathon or to sweat and to lift dumbbells or to do deadlifts or to get on a bike with their children and ride around? Listen, we're blessed beyond measure. If you can get up and move, give thanks. Stay full. Appreciate your health, because so often it can be gone just like that. Stay hungry. Stay full every day. When you do, watch what will happen. Get after it. I can do, and so can you. Take care.